welcome to my cozy retirement. I'm Tanya, and I'm so glad you're here. Happy 2024. Today is the first day, January 1st of 2024. I'm looking forward to 2024. You're going to notice through this video that my clothes change part way. And that's because I started this video yesterday on December 31st, thinking I would get it uploaded by this morning. But when I went to edit, the first part of the video didn't happen. So I need to make sure, I need to make sure that my phone continues to record. This is a new start to the video from yesterday. What I wanted to talk about was two things that I've never done before. One is to have a word for the year. Sorry, the sun has gone in figures. It seems when I get on video, the sun disappears. I actually went for a beautiful walk earlier, and I will add a couple of pictures, if I can pull them up, of the walk. It was so nice. It was sunny. It's cold. We now have snow. We didn't yesterday, and last night we woke up to some snow, which is okay. It's only a little. But what I want to talk about is two things that I've never done before, but I want to give a try. One is a word for the year. And my word for this year will be intentional. I would really like to be intentional in the things I do, in the things I think, in the things I say, in the things I see. Intentional. Along with intentional, and you'll hear this later in the video, I would like to journal some of my thoughts, feelings, activities along the way and see if that word intentional has changed any part in my life. Let's do this and see how it goes. And if you want to add a comment and tell me your word, that would be wonderful. We can each go on this journey together. And number two, I would like to have a low, not no, low spend January to April. When I first thought about this, I was thinking of just January. I thought, oh, am I going to be able to do this? I don't know. But now that I've thought about it further, I am going to do this. And I really wish that sun would come. I'm just going to move you a little bit and hope that it's a little sunnier. There we go. The sun is peeking out at the moment. We'll see how that goes. And maybe I'll light up. What I would like to do is have a low spend, not only for January, but right through till April. So I think it's very important to have whys. If you're going to have a goal, you need to have your why. We're going to start with the why, and then we're going to move on to essentials that I need to pay for, non-essentials that I don't plan on paying for, and how I plan on moving forward. One of my whys is that I have family out west in BC that I really want to be able to come and visit here. It is my son, my daughter-in-law, and two grandchildren. I want to help them fly this way. It's not cheap to fly in Canada. It takes a bit of money. That is my number one, is to save some money to help them to come here and visit for a few weeks. My second why is my husband and I would like to go and visit Newfoundland. We have been to Nova Scotia a couple times. That's east of us. I've been to PEI. But we've never been to Newfoundland, and it sounds absolutely beautiful. So we're going to try and do that. And a third why is my husband would really like to go to Portugal. Those are my three whys right now, to do a low spend. And honestly, the other why would be that I just feel sometimes I just waste money. And I don't want to do that. Money is hard to come by these days, and everything is so expensive that I think I need to be more intentional about what I spend my money on. That is the other why, and a very guiding why for me to think about how important it is that we're intentional in what we spend our money on. And I would rather now spend my money on seeing family, on some travel, and some of the activities that you're going to hear about further in the video that I do. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry about the new introduction, but at least now I can say Happy New Year's 2024, because it is. And onward we go. Got my tea. Yum. come. It's good. All right. Hopefully you got your tea too. I have my trusty notes here. So number 1 was groceries, mostly for vegetables and fruit for me. And number 2 is whether I keep Netflix or not. At this point for January, I'm going to keep it, and then I'm going to make a decision at the end of January. So if I don't make that decision, please remind me in the comments, but I'll try and remember. And the next thing, some people will think this is not okay to spend money on, but it has been very important for me and the only way that I will do workouts. I have joined Fit Body Boot Camp. I joined it probably about 7-8 years ago. And here's a little story for you. So I had tried it. I think I tried Fit Body Boot Camp probably about 10 years ago, and it was on a promotion. So I think I went for 3 months for the promotion. Just about died. It's high impact workout. But anyway, and then after the 3 months, I thought, okay, now I'm going to go to another gym that I can work out at, because I have now, for 3 months I went, and so I should be able to continue on my own. So I did. I went to another. I paid for the membership. It was a monthly membership, so that was good, because after about 5 months, I realized I'm not going. And when I did go, I didn't really work out the way I should. I didn't have anybody to tell me what to do, how to do it properly, when to do each activity that's in the gym, to push me to stay, or community. I ended up thinking, okay, I'm going to go back. There was another deal going on, because Fit Body Boot Camp, although it's absolutely wonderful and a choice that I make to stay, it's not cheap. I went back to Fit Body for another year. And at the end of the year, I thought, okay, now I will continue to work out, because now I've been doing it for a year, usually 4 times a week, sometimes 5. So I'm thinking, okay, now I can go back to the other gym. And I did, because it was a lot less money. So I went back to the other gym, and the same thing happened. I would go in, I would do kind of a workout, but it was really iffy. I am not good with motivation when it comes to working out. When I go to Fit Body Boot Camp, it is set up for me. They show us how to do each of the workouts while you're warming up. Then you go through the workout. The coaches make sure you're doing it properly, and they also encourage you. It's also in a group, and there's a community feelings. Working within a group with good music and coaches that keep you going and making sure you do the exercise right is so important to me. I just can't leave. I really, really enjoy Fit Body Boot Camp. So that is something that I'm going to continue to pay for. The other is rock climbing, indoor rock climbing. So I will be paying for that. It's $50 a month, and I can go as much as I want. The only day they're closed is Sunday. It is a wonderful full body workout. It also challenges me, because I don't love heights, and climbing up a wall is kind of scary, actually. It's a challenge, not only physically, but also mentally. My grandson goes. He loves indoor rock climbing. He is very, very good at it. And so I get to go sometime and just rock climb with my grandson. Like, how many people that are almost 63 go rock climbing with their grandsons? There's probably quite a few, but I like being one of them. Next thing would be bills, normal bills. So for here, we have a hot water heater rental that we pay for, and we have hydro. So we have, we don't pay heat per se, because we have a geothermal, which is tubes in the ground that brings the heat into the home. It still uses hydro to put it throughout the house. So hydro and water, we have a well. So I don't pay for water, but we do pay for the water heater. And the other thing is taxes, land taxes. Got to pay those. Car insurance, got to have that. Gas, I have a Canadian Tire credit card, and that's the only thing I use it for, because not only do they have the cheapest gas where I live, but at least right now, it gives me another 5 cents, not off, but 5 cents to spend in the store. So if I need something, gradually it does add up and I can get something for free or almost free. So it seems like a good deal to me. If there's maintenance needed on the car, that'll be another cost that I would do. Maintenance on our home, same thing, although my husband does a lot of that, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Dog and cat food, because we have both, and any vet bills if needed. And the final thing that I'm putting in here, and people may say, nope, that's not a low spend. For me, it's a low spend. I want to continue thrifting, but I want to continue thrifting in an intentional way. Only get the things that either I need or I really love. That's how we'll do that. You know, can't give up thrifting altogether. Oh, that would be so hard for me. And the no's for me. No new clothing. New footwear is a no. And I'm going to say pretty well new items in general, unless it's something I really need, is a no. No new clothing, no new footwear, and no new items. Another thing that I cannot buy is more craft materials. Oh, my craft room is stuffing. It's bulging. No other streaming services. Now, I have talked to my daughter recently, and it turns out that I need to pay for something for music for YouTube if I want to put on some pretty music for you so that I can make my videos more interesting. Really, I watch YouTube more than I watch anything when I'm going to sit and watch, and Netflix a little. Oh, the other thing I do pay for right now, and I'm going to be canceling, is Amazon Prime. No new books. This one could be a tough one because I have had an inkling to go to London, which is about an hour and a half from us, to go to Indigo. Okay, I'm going to switch this up right now because I don't know if I'll be able to stick to it. Okay, I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to allow myself, if I feel the need, to buy 2 nonfiction books. Not fiction, because fiction you can usually get thrifting, library, whatever. But nonfiction books can be more difficult, at least the updated versions. So I'm going to allow myself 2, but that's only if I feel I really need them. So how will I do this? 1, I'm going to write down every purchase and keep track of what I'm doing. I do not do that. And I tell myself every month, start writing down what you've purchased, whether it's food, whether it's thrifting, whether it's gas, whatever. I should write it down. Yeah, so that's something I have to do, is write down what I am purchasing every single time. So I'm going to stick to that. The other is I am going to get rid of my MasterCard, not the Canadian Tire MasterCard, because I use that for gas and it is a really good deal to use it and then get another 5 cents to use in the store with every liter. And it's good to have one credit card on you anyway, in case for some reason something comes up and you're not at home and you have to have it. So I'm going to use that. So the next thing that we'll need to do is budget. I would like to write out at least the money I have coming in and the money that has to go out, the necessities. Then I'll know where I'm at and what I should be able to save. So there'll be a little bit of fun money in the budget for getting together with friends and a little for thrifting, meal planning, and prepping. So this is something I'm not very good at, but I have to get better at. Obviously, make my own coffee or tea, which I really do anyway. Come up with fun ideas for entertainment. I thought maybe we could do that in a video. Maybe the next one. We'll see. I also have the decluttering video I really want to do. Those are a couple of videos coming up. And I plan to use the food that I already have. So I have a freezer full of veggie, like frozen vegetables and frozen fruit, that kind of thing, and tofu. I plan on using a lot of that up before I buy any more. That could easily last me a month, I think. Between that and what I have in my pantry, I think probably, other than having some fresh along with it, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, I probably have enough to eat for a month. So that should be good. That'll help with the budget. The other thing I'd like to start doing is journaling my activity and maybe my feelings each day. This is another thing I have not been good at. I love making junk journals for other people, but I am terrible at doing the journaling myself. Just to recap, probably more for me than you, for you to keep me on task is, my word for the year 2024 is intentional. So if I'm going to spend money, it needs to be intentionally. The second thing was the low spend. I said January, but I've upped it now. It's going to be January, February, March, April. Low spend, which means I can have a little extra spending each month for things like thrifting or a lunch with a friend or coffee with a friend. And the essentials for me were, number 1, groceries. Number 2, could be Netflix, but we're going to decide that at the end of January. Number 3, Fit Body Boot Camp. Number 4, rock climbing, indoor rock climbing. Number 5 is paying the bills, the normal bills, which is hydro, heat, and home taxes. 6, life insurance. 7, car insurance. I'm going to throw the cell phone in here because I'd forgotten it earlier. So 8, cell phone. 9, gas. 10, if there's any maintenance needed on my car, that will have to happen. Number 11, dog, cat food, vets if needed. And 12 is thrifting. But again, it's intentional thrifting. It'll be for a purpose. And it's fun. It's one of my activities that I enjoy doing. The no's that I can think of at this point: no more craft supplies, no new clothing, no new footwear, no new items unless it's a necessity, no other streaming services or subscriptions, no new fiction books, but I'm allowed to have 2 nonfiction. How? Just a really quick recap. I will write down every purchase. I'm planning on doing a budget. I'm going to get rid of the one MasterCard out of my wallet. I plan on doing meal planning and prepping, so there's less waste of food. And on making my coffee or tea at home, which I do anyway, mostly. I'm going to come up with some really fun ideas for my own entertainment. I plan to use the food in my pantry as well as my freezer now before I go out and buy more. Now I'm going to journal the things that I'm enjoying, the things that I'm doing, how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, all of those things. Because at the end of 2024, I want to look back and see what I've done. And maybe I've even grown to do better YouTube videos. Because this is all new. It's fun, but it's certainly lots of learning for me. Technology is a lot of learning for me. I think that should be good. And if you want to come along with me, please do. If you think of something more, please put it in the comments. And I think it'd be kind of fun. It's a challenge, right? So I like challenges, and usually when I have a challenge, I'm a bit competitive, so I will go for it. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping it goes really well. And because I have my whys, and because I have my how, I think it'll be great. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you join me through this process. Again, thank you for joining me, and happy 2024. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.